Welcome to Productive Joy with Dr. Christie, where fun meets action.
Hi, friends. Welcome to Productive Joy, the recap. Happy 2026. We are now a couple days in. How are you feeling? Are you feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is a new year, or I don't even know what day it is? You probably are having a little more, I don't know what day it is. I know I am too, but we're back to normal on Monday, many of us, and we have to decide what normal is going to look like and how we're going to tackle this year. So I am here to encourage you a little bit that you have a lot more influence than you realize. You might not be choose a word, do a resolution kind of person, and that is completely okay because really ultimately today is just another day. But many of you are thinking about quarter one and thinking, I would really like to focus on X, whatever X is. So, something that I chose to do over the past week is sit down with my 2025 and my 2026 and think, okay, what did I love about 2025? What do I want to have more of? And what do I feel like I did really well? And how can I replicate that? Because we get to choose what our world looks like. And sometimes we feel done unto, but the reality is we're not. We are actually the ones calling the shots, even if it's how we choose to show up. So one of the people that I did my TEDx with, Odell Bazell, yes, I think I'm saying that right. He talked about no job actually sucks. And you'll have to listen to his TEDx when it comes out. I don't know when it'll come out, but I'll definitely share it here. And he actually was working in a jail with the inmates, and he was a correctional officer. And that job could have sucked a lot, right? Like sitting in a hard chair in the middle of a room full of prisoners, just making sure that they didn't cause any trouble for hours and hours on end could feel terrible. And yet he chose to use it as an opportunity. And lo and behold, he not only was able to minister to a lot of the men that were incarcerated, but he learned a heck of a lot from those people as well. Our circumstances are what we make them. And no, we're not all dealt a good hand. And no, we don't all have butterflies and bubbles going on at all times. But I do believe that we have the ability to look at what our circumstances are and run towards them instead of away from them and embrace the situations that we're in. So I'm here to encourage you today to embrace the situations that you're in, to recognize that you are perfectly equipped to be right where you are right now. And if you don't like where you are right now, you are also perfectly equipped to shift. That shift doesn't have to be dramatic. That shift can be small. As a matter of fact, according to James Clear in Atomic Habits, it should be small. If we try to tackle all the things all at once, we are going to trip. We're going to not be able to keep that resolution or that thing that we've decided to do, and we're going to end up quitting it completely. I heard a thing recently, I think it was Chris Williamson on Diary of a CEO, who he said, just be consistent. So originally his New Year's resolution was to exercise every single day. And the first time that he missed a day, he immediately felt like he'd failed and he quit altogether. What if you said, I will not miss 2 consecutive days? Because you're going to miss a day. But what if you said, I am going to be consistent. And if I miss day 1, I am not going to miss day 2. That's much more doable. So I want you to think about whatever goals you might be setting for this year. Maybe you're not setting any, and that's okay too. But if you are, I want you to think about, okay, what can I do to make this goal attainable, right? SMART. We've all heard of SMART goals, and we know that they need to be specific and measurable and action oriented and reachable and timely, but ultimately, or reasonable too, reachable, reasonable. Ultimately, what is it that I want to accomplish this year? What will it look like if 2026 is successful? I can't decide that for you, but I can walk this journey with you and I can put a little more joy into your space. That's what Productive Joy is going to do this year. I have already interviewed some fantastic guests for January that you're going to love. And if you'll listen consistently, then I promise you, you are going to gain some wisdom that you can turn around and use. Problem is, you can listen and like it, and that's great. But if you don't change practice, nothing changes. So I am encouraging you to embrace the opportunity to shift. Whatever that shift might look like. It doesn't need to be exactly the same for all of your spaces. It can shift according to your needs and not to somebody else's. So this year, my word is intentional. And I am choosing that word because I want to be intentional in all things. And I recently, if you want to go back and listen to the last couple episodes, have talked about the ways that I would like that to manifest. I want to be intentional with my marriage and with my kids and with my parents and with my work and in how I show up to meetings. And so that's my word. I have a dear friend who has chosen the word curate. And if you look up the word curate, you will find that it is about creating something beautiful by cutting away the things that don't need to be there. As a CEO of a company, she needs to figure out how to do that. There is so much power in cutting out the noise. And so she is going to curate things this year. What's your word? You don't have to have every moment of your world land in that word. But wouldn't it be cool if you could look back on the year and say, here are some things that happened because of the word that I selected? Last year, my word was grow. And at the beginning of the year, we went on a trip for that same dear friend's 40th birthday, and we created these boxes. I may have shown you my box last year, but this is my box of things that I grew in last year. Now, I could choose to look at this one of two ways. I didn't write enough, I didn't put enough Post it notes in this box, or I could do what I'm doing right now, and that's go back through and be proud of the things that I did put. Okay. I am proud of everything with my dad. My father is 88 years old, and he this year found out he had colon cancer, fell and broke his hip, then had the colon cancer removed, spent 2 or 3 months in a nursing home, was not well. And all of this happened beginning on the day that his wife had quadruple bypass heart surgery. I had the opportunity to spend time with my father. I hadn't much in my life. My father's an entertainer and he was gone a lot. And so everything with my dad was a growth opportunity for sure. Let's see what else is in here. I recorded 12 podcasts in 1 week, January 20th through the 24th of last year. I don't even remember doing that, but that is a good one for sure. I guess I was better at this in January. I learned how to create videos using AI, January 11th, 2025. That's a growth opportunity. We met with Ben and Jonathan to launch the Intentionality Group on February 9th, 2025. Intentionality Group is our company that helps bridge gaps for organizations so that amazing things can happen. I'm working to break the obligation cycle. That was something that I was working on in March of last year. I am learning how to say no and also when to say yes. That happened last year as well. I learned some things. I grew. And if I didn't take a minute to look back, I would forget that I grew because I do live in the gap. I don't know if that's something that ails you, but it ails me. It is definitely something that I tend to get stuck in, and I don't want you to get stuck. So today, I am encouraging you to reflect, to look back on your year. It's this first Saturday of the year, and now you are getting ready to hit the ground running with work and life again on Monday. And today is an encouragement to take just a minute to pause, to look back, to say, did I grow? Did I shift? Did I change? Did I curate? Was I intentional? Did I stop? What was your word? And what's your word going to be this year? A productive joy's purpose is to bring a little light into your world, to help you recognize that joy is a choice and that it's one that you can choose to make and have really great results because of it. So choose those things and get excited about what the future holds. It is the middle of Q1 now, right? The very beginning, actually, of Q1. And you get to run a new race. And even if the race doesn't change dramatically, it's still new. So embrace that. Figure out what you would like this year to look like and then run towards that. Don't do it out of obligation. Do it out of opportunity. I tell my kids often when I invite them to things, this is an invitation, not an obligation. I want you to have the choice. Same is true here. You have a choice. Choose wisely. I can't make you, but I can encourage you. So I'm going to encourage you to find joy in everything that you do. And when you can't, find somebody who can for you. Today, I want you to grab a couple nuggets of wisdom. Maybe it's just that you're going to pick a word. Maybe it's that you are going to revisit the word that you picked last year. Maybe it's that you're going to set goals. Maybe it's that you're going to intentionally choose not to. All of those work for me. But do something today and figure out a way to turn fun into action.